Good evening, dear spectators. I am Mahesh Mehta and I welcome you to the educational program Pass Thawanu Panchamrit, organized by GSTV and HB Kapadia group of schools. Dear friends, you have been making preparations for your annual examination. You might have got confused over many topics. Let me tell you, here we are with the points which will help you to learn your presentation and also how to write a good press writing in your English subject. Let me introduce Mr. R.S. Singh from HB Kapadia School. He will guide you on many points. Mr. Singh, sir.
Thank you very much, Mehta sir. It is very important thing. First of all, I should mention that the most important moment of my life has come. Today I am very happy that I have got so many points in my mind to discuss, to share with you. And for that I would like to thank GST, because these are the points very important. Because of these points our students lose 5 to 12 to 15 marks. But before that, as we know, the name of our program is Pass Thawanu Panchamrit. So first of all, please see this sentence. Success comes to those who consume Panchamrit. What is Panchamrit? For that, first of all, planning is necessary. First you plan. How do you study? What will you study? Which subject will you study? Suppose that English, the planning is must. First you plan, then prepare. Preparation is must. Planning, then preparation, and preparation afterwards check yourself that you have got perfection or not. Perfection is must. You should feel confident. If you are confident, and afterwards start paper writing. Paper writing will make you more confident. But while writing papers, what you have to keep in mind? Presentation. Because of presentation, as just I have mentioned, our students lose 5 to 12 to 15 marks, and that is very pathetic. You deserve those marks. You should be awarded those marks, but because of poor presentation, because you avoid a few rules, you lose these marks. So today we are going to see what are the points to be kept in mind while writing English paper in the board examination. I would like to go sequence, section wise. First of all, I tell you section A. What are the common errors we do? Section A, first question is text extracts. Here you are asked 10 questions. Each question carries 1 mark. I would like to tell you, while attempting this section, this subsection, text extracts, you should have at least 2 to 3 lines gap between two answers. It will help you. Suppose that afterwards you come to know that you should answer in active voice or you should answer in passive voice, you will have space to correct it, to edit it. So here you should have at least 2 to 3 lines gap. Afterwards, I just see in so many papers, students get confused. Afterwards, they do correction and it makes your paper untidy. It spoils the beauty of a presentation. And this is the starting point. One more thing I would like to just inform you, it would be better for you to go to attempt the entire paper section wise, A, B, C, D and E. It will prove that yes, you are totally ready for the board examination. Afterwards come short questions. After attending these 10 questions, you must go through fresh space. You may have more than 50% space in a page, but it would be better, rather it is important to go fresh space. And there you will start short questions. There are 2 short questions and you may complete within 1 page. So it would be better for you to attempt short questions, fresh space. After the completion of short questions, short note comes. I have seen in so many papers, students after the completion of these short questions, they start short note at a very particular page. from where just they completed the short answers. No, it is not good. Sometimes you write short note number 1, title is missing, you will lose marks. So please, short note, while writing short note, you must write first of all title, and important thing is phrase space. You have got, you will get supplementaries. Short note always at phrase space. You may write short note in 1 page or 1.5, whatever. Second short note, you are going to attempt 2 short notes out of 3. So keep in your mind, you are going to write these short notes, always 2 short notes, phrase space. After the completion of section A, section B, little bit lengthy. Here, passage for comprehension, supplementary. Supplementary, name of that book is Lapping, you might be knowing. Lapping. From that you will ask a passage, you will ask 5 questions. Here again I would like to request you, I would like to inform you that it would be better to have 2 to 3 lines gap while writing the answers of these 5 questions. It is very important. Then stanza poetry, it will be asked from your textbook. After writing these 5 answers, you should have 4 to 5 lines gap. No doubt you are going to get sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, 1 to 65 questions. But here after writing these 5 answers, you should have 4 to 5 line gap, and then you start writing answers of the poetry. Here again, keep in mind, here are 5 questions. How many? 5 questions. Here again you are going to have 2 to 3 line gap. Maybe answer in 1 line, maybe in 3, 4 words, but it is essential. It will make your, once again I would like to inform you, paper tidy, beautiful and attractive. And after seeing your paper, the examiner will feel, yes, you are totally ready, you know the presentation. Then passage for comprehension, unseen. Here you should feel confident. The term unseen, you haven't seen this passage. Nothing to worry. Read the passage 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Because 5 marks. Read this unseen passage comfortably, easily. Don't make any haste. Totally new for you. Because here if you are going to end, then it will disturb you. Read the passage comfortably, read the questions and find out answers. But the very rule you have to again follow, have 2 to 3 line gaps. Don't write answers directly, one by one. That is very wrong. Now next one is passage for supplement. Summary writing. Second word is précis writing. Précis, precise form. Summarize. What is summary? Summary is just like a fruit of a tree. You will given a tree and you have to provide fruit of that particular tree. I will discuss this question in detail afterwards, because this question is one of the most less attention paid question in the entire paper scheme, just I have been seeing for long. Next comes section C. Section C proves your command over English, because composition section. Here you see, you are going to write, first of all, letter writing. Always section C, any section you are going to start, just you will take phrase page, new page. Letter writing, there would be one letter, official letter, and you have to complete this letter within 2 pages. Not necessary to write lengthy letters, official letter. Then report writing, phrase page again, maybe in 1 page or 2 pages. Then comes essay writing. Essay, I would like to tell you here, you might get 1 essay from your textbook. At least, sometimes 2 essays are asked from your textbook, those who are given after the lessons in your textbook. So you may prepare first these, and afterwards, with the help of points given to you, you may write the essay. Let me see section D. Here you have to take care of. Here just our students do lot of mistakes. Section D is information transfer. Transfer, you will given paragraph, chart, pie chart, information in any shape, and you have to write this information. You may write sentence wise, you may write a small paragraph, both are correct. Then comes application. Again I would like to tell you application you should start from a fresh page. Application is very important question because I can say it's an out question. Today you know that, tomorrow you are going to write an application. And here in the body, while assessing papers, we give marks in 3 sections. 3 sections, that's why here you should be very accurate, very perfect. It is very difficult to get good marks in application because 3 sections. Again, editing of a passage. Here you have to take in mind, you must start this page, fresh page. Editing, you will given a paragraph. Here would be 10 mistakes as per rule. Maybe underlined, maybe blank, and you will be given 2 options. You have to choose correct one. Suppose that you are given a paragraph and underlined 10 underlines. You have to edit, you have to correct. While attempting this question, you have to write answer. You will write the entire paragraph again, and keep in mind very well, don't forget it, you should leave minimum 1 line gap. Don't write continuously as you write regularly in your notebook, in your homework, in long answers, in short note, not like that. Here you will leave 1 line between 2 lines, and whatever you are going to edit, you must underline, so that examiner can find. Because if you are not going to compose properly, what will happen? Sometimes asked small letters, capital letters, comma, full stop. And if you are not going to edit properly, you will lose marks. See, indirect narration, that indirect speech, phrase space. Here one thing I would like to tell you what I am getting. Usually it is going to be a 4 marks. You will ask 4 to 5 dialogues of different pattern, maybe interrogative, assertive, imperative, optative, exclamatory, whatever. You have to answer this question in paragraph, not sentence wise, not dialogue wise. You will apply all the rules, whatever you have prepared, but you will write in a paragraph. Then you will get marks. Don't write separately by just making arrow or giving points 1, 2, 3 like that. That would be entirely wrong. Section E, forms of verbs. Here, just as I have mentioned earlier, I have seen in the board while assessing papers, students have written all the answers correctly. But what do they do? They write only answers. Have been waiting, informed, make right, etc. They don't write paragraph. You are given a paragraph of few lines. You have to write that paragraph and then fill correct answers. Apply correct form of the verbs. That is important. While writing this paragraph of few lines, it would be of 3 to 4 lines. You have to leave 1 line gap. You should have 1 line gap between 2 lines. And whatever correct answers you are going to fill, you must underline. It will make your paper tidy. And your answers would be very much highlighted. That is very important. Don't write only answers. You would never ever get marks. Never ever. That is very important. Completion of sentences. Completion of sentences, you know the mode and method of this question. Here you are given sentences, half sentences. Half you have to add, and the part you are going to add, for that you are given clues in bracket. Don't write only answer. While attempting this question number 16, completion of sentences, you have to write complete sentence given in your question paper, and then the part you are going to add in that particular sentence. It is very important. Only answers will not score any mark for you. You won't be awarded. And here again I would like to tell you, while attempting this question, you should have not less than 3 line gap. 3 lines gap between 2 answers. Why I am telling 3 lines gap? Here it may be 1 line, it may be 1.5. The reason, after completion of the sentence, afterwards you come to, it strikes you, it occurs in your mind that it is not up to mark, it is not correct, it is not accurate. If you are going to correct it, you are having place to write the very sentence once again. Here little mistake, little bit difference of E and C, S or ES, you will lose mark. And it happens. That's why I am telling you, completion, the sentence, you should have 2 to 3 lines gaps while writing these 6 sentences. Here you will ask how many sentences? 6 sentences. Each will carry 1 mark. Again, combining sentences. Combining sentences, there is one more word for this, that is called synthesis. Join the sentences. Here would be given 3 to 4 sentences, and you have to make one sentence. You have to make one sentence means you are not going to use simply only conjunctions and writing in sequence. Try to get what is the message, and that message should be conveyed in your own sentence with the help of these sentences. But there should be one sentence in a flow way. It should not just like you are putting bricks on bricks on bricks like that. Write one sentence. Here while writing, just I have seen sometimes students ignore while writing this, while attempting this question of 3 marks, they use capital letter. Capital letter means sometimes by default, by mistake, in hurry, you put your pen and becomes full stop. Here is one sentence. You have to write one sentence, and because of this one, marks not provided. So keep in mind while while writing this combining sentence, you have to write one sentence, and don't forget that if you are going to write by default, if it is in your habit that to write capital letter, or you are not aware of what to write, you will lose marks. Keep in mind. Afterward comes idioms and phrases. Here again there would be a little paragraph. 3 idioms and phrases would be underlined. 3 options would be given. Choose the correct option. Replace. Mind well. Replace means maybe with 2. So as per tense you have to change it. Here again while writing this one, you have to leave 1 line gap between 2 lines. And the part you are going to change, you are going to replace, you are going to improve must be underlined. Last one, word forms. Word building you can say. 5 things are there: noun, adjective, verb, adverb and antonyms, that is opposite. Here again you will have a paragraph of 2, 3, 4 lines. You will have blanks, 4 blanks. After blanks there would be words. You have to decide that is going to be noun, adjective, verb, adverb or antonym. After reading you will come to know. You have to understand the applied meaning. Until unless you are not going to understand the applied meaning, you won't be able to decide that it should be noun, adjective, verb or whatsoever. Here again, while writing this one, while attempting this one, you have to leave 1 line gap. You have to leave 1 line between 2 lines, and the very thing you are going to enter, you are going to change, you are going to write, correct answer must be underlined. So these were the points. Suppose that here in section E, you are going to write only answers, verb forms. Here you are going to write part of. Here you are going to write idioms, phrases. You are going to write only answers. You are avoiding to write. You have not means enough time to write one. You won't get marks. And we cannot claim, because the rule is you have to write this paragraph. So is there any doubt? Okay. So these are the things you have to keep in your mind, and afterwards the most important question, why the less, you pay very less attention towards it, that is précis writing, summary writing. Summary writing, just as I gave you example, summary writing is just like to provide a fruit of a tree. Here you will given a paragraph. Paragraph means just like a tree. You have to cut into 1/3 of size. It means you are not going to cut. You are not going to reduce the size of that tree. You have to provide the fruit of that tree. Very difficult task. But one of the most important questions of the entire paper scheme. You see just your word, the entire word, everywhere you see, everyone is just precising, summarizing, minimizing. You just see the size of gadgets, see the size of mobiles long ago, now what is summarizing everywhere. So here, if you know this question, in future, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to convey messages in short form. That's why this is important. And what are the important points to be kept in your mind while attempting this question précis writing? First of all, read the paragraph attentively. It will be asked from your left wing, not from your textbook. It will ask from your left wing. Supplementary book. This is your textbook, it won't be there. First of all, read the paragraph attentively. One thing I would like to add over here, before reading this paragraph, you may read questions. Sometimes what happens, if questions you have read and you start reading paragraph, one or two answers, suddenly while reading paragraphs will occur in your mind, this is the answer of third question, and you may tick mark. You may underline. It will save your time. First of all, read the paragraph attentively, then find out the subject matter of the paragraph. That is very important. Why? The reason, because these 5 marks divide into 2 parts. 1 mark is for the title, and if you are reading attentively, you will come to know what is the central point, what is the subject matter, what is the central idea of that paragraph, and then after reading attentively, decide title. Decide the title of the para. 1 mark. Keep in mind, one para may have so many titles. Not necessary. Importance of education, role of education, education in present life. Education is everywhere. So not necessary. Once you decided, whatever occurs in your mind after reading the paragraph, that is final. Decide the title of the para. Here you see title, how to write. While writing title, keep in mind this should be in capital form. Again, point out important points, point out, figurative language, point out important points. Because after getting important points, you would be able to summarize, you would be able to minimize. Then remove examples, exclamations, sayings, etc. Rules, regulations, universal truth, or whatsoever. You have to minimize, so try to get the gist, the summary, the central idea, and write down. Explain the statements if necessary. Any dialogue is there, if it is necessary, explain. Otherwise, you may avoid it. You may ignore it. Replace I or we with the writer or author. It means, you might be getting the point, you have to apply the rule of that indirect narration. Write the word title at the bottom. First you write the summary, then at the bottom, at the end of writing your summary, you will write title. First of all, you have to write the word title, T-I-T-L-E, and title should start with T capital form. In hurry we forget it, we ignore this rule. It's part of composition, you have to compose properly. If you are going to ignore this one, you may lose mark. Very simple error. And afterwards you will say okay. But no, title, T should be in capital form. After writing title, then you may write. Here is one option. Suppose that in hurry or whatsoever, you are writing title at the top, it will do. But advisable is the title should be written at the bottom. Title must start with capitals. Here given 9th point is capitals. This mistake, importance of education, you are writing in hurry, just a small letter, you will lose mark. I should be in capital. Bird lover, Dr. Salim Ali, be capital. Title must start with capitals. Précis should be 1/3 of the given paragraph. Read the entire paragraph. You may count the words, how many words are there, and then what should be size? Near about 1/3. Don't bother about it that it should be accurate. Suppose that they are given 100 words. It should be 33, maybe 35, maybe 36, maybe 32, but near about it should be 1/3 of the given paragraph. So these are the points you have to keep in your mind while attempting the question précis writing. Don't ignore it. Even this question sometimes found missing in the answer paper, supplementary, they avoid it. 1 mark is very easy, title, and 4 marks for this one. Again, overall, if you see what is important for you, here I have written one quotation, let your actions speak. You might be remembering this is in your lap wing. This quotation is in your supplementary book. Let your actions speak. Supplementary is provided to inspire you, to improve your personality, to improve your love towards English language. And that's why you just see at the bottom, on each and every page, you will get one quotation. It is in your book. Let your actions speak means what? Here, whatever. After seeing your paper, the very examiner should feel, yes, this student of A1 grade level. That's why let your actions speak. Net, convert a little bit, it is changed by myself, let your paper speak. If you are going to follow all these rules, what I have discussed with you, your paper will speak. It would be your I card. After assessing your paper, the examiner would come to know, yes, the student is very much perfect. He is very much able to understand. He should be given this much award. Let your presentation speak. You have prepared well, you are writing answers correctly, but if you are missing presentation, how to write is equally important. What to write, okay. You have prepared well, but you don't know how to write. You know all the answers of the grammar, but you are not going to follow all these rules. You are going to lose marks. So what to write, how to write, both the things are equally important. One more thing I would like to, suppose that you have got very less time and in hurry means you are able to write 2 parts, to write full. If you are going to write all the answers immediately in hurry, no, it would be of no use. I can is greater than IQ. What is I can? I can is confidence. If you are confident, if you have prepared well, you are going to get good marks. Language is a matter of touch and practice. Here, as in the very starting, I just discussed Panchamrit. Paper writing. What will provide you? I can. If you are going to write so many papers, here I would like to share the very result of paper writing practice. In my school, we make our students write so many papers. We inspire them and they write willingly. If you are writing paper willingly, you are going to get command over. Suppose that if you are going to write so many papers, in board examination you will come to know that these things are written in my paper and you will be very much confident.
Okay, thank you, Singh sir.
Thank you very much.
Dear students, I think Mr. Singh has been mesmerizing for about half an hour in this live program. You are watching this live educational program and I think his education must have installed confidence in you. I hope he will do your best to perform in your board examination. Wish you all the best, my dear students.